What up, people? I'm here today to do something a little bit different. I've been doing other stuff, but this is the first time I've done this. I really haven't seen other people do it either. It being Wednesday, right in the middle of the week. Usually now people like to get their plans ready for the weekend, and you know sometimes people have a long week and they decide to just stay in for the weekend and watch movies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my picks, I guess if you want to call it. I'm going to give my thoughts or what movies to watch during the weekend. I'm going to give my top three right now, since this is the first one of these. I'm going to give five. I got five movies here that I'll give you my little reviews on, and maybe you want to watch them during the weekend. But what I'm going to do is, end of the weekend, sometimes people have different mindsets. So I'm going to give three, or like I said, five now. I'm going to give different genres, one in each genre. So, if you feel like a scary movie on a Friday night, if you feel like a comedy, if you feel like whatever genre it is, I'll have a video for you guys to watch. So let me get into this. Right now, like I said, I got five. I'm going to really do three because I don't want to bombard you with too many movies. So this being the first one, I'll give you five. I got two scary movies, two comedies, and then more of a kids movie, like feel-good movie. This first one, I think it came out last year. It's one of the scarier ones I've seen in a while. It's got everything you really want in a scary movie. It's got some like scary parts. This is more of like jumpy, kind of, what do you want to call it? Like not expecting it. The Conjuring. It's a story about the Warrens. What is it? Lorraine and Ed Warren. There's a family that moves into this house, and crazy stuff starts happening, like paranormal stuff, and these two get called in. The Warrens, if you don't know, they're actual ghost hunters kind of deal. So this is actually true cases, or a true case of their story of what happened to this family. Like I said, it's one of those jumpy parts. It's not more gore. It's more just jumpy scenes. Not expecting what comes. The music is really good. It gives you, one of those things where you hear the music and you expect something to happen and it might not. So I'd say check that out if you want. Here's another not well known. It's a lower budget horror movie, scary movie, but it's got some of the craziest kills I've seen. Because usually whenever you get like a killer movie, you get the same type of kills kind of deal. This had like 4 or 5 of them that I thought were very interesting and I didn't see coming and weren't your typical kills. And that's Hatchet. I've said something about this before in one of my updates, but this is one of those movies, there are people out there that like the lower budget horror movies that really don't get their recognition, but I think it's one of the better ones that came out that not a lot of people know of. So if you want to check that one out. These next two are comedies. I mentioned this one in my last update of 2013, and some people questioned about it, and they said they might have checking that out or going to check it out, but I'll say it more for those who haven't checked the video out, and that's You Again. It's got Kristen Bell, Jamie Lee Curtis, Sigourney Weaver, Odette Yutzman, and Betty White. Pretty much the whole gist of this one is Kristen Bell was made fun of by this one girl in high school constantly like ridiculed her. Every joke was made for her, and her high school years were crappy. Fast forward a few years, you see Kristen Bell's got this nice job and everything. You find out that she's about to get promoted and such, and right before that, she's going back to her hometown because her brother's getting married. And on the plane ride, she's talking to her mom, and she finds out, she's like, "Oh yeah, I can't believe that you never met this girl because she went to school with you." And supposedly this girl in high school, the bully had a nickname, and you find out that pretty much Kristen Bell's brother is marrying her bully, and the whole movie is just like her remembering stuff, her trying to, because at one point they are near each other, and the girl pretends that she doesn't even remember her, kind of deal. And I don't know, I just find it really funny. It's definitely got one of those movies I wasn't expecting it to be as good. I honestly got it just because it was cheap, but it actually, I think it was one of the better movies, one of the better pickups that I got that I wasn't expecting. This one I showed you guys in one of the unbubblings I got, and this was actually, I put this in yesterday because one of my buddies told me to watch it, and it is actually pretty funny. The Change Up, it's one of those, I don't want to say like Freaky Friday, but kind of deals where people switch bodies. Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman, they're friends for a long time. Jason Bateman is this high-class lawyer. He's getting his stuff together, and Ryan Reynolds is a actor, wannabe actor kind of deal, and he's kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum, but they're still friends. And one night they're talking because Jason Bateman's character is married with these kids and everything, and his life is now a married man, father kind of deal. And Ryan Reynolds has this whole bachelor kind of single guy kind of mode. So at one point they were talking about each other's lives, and they're like, what if we could just switch lives? And at one point they end up peeing in this this fountain, and the next morning they wake up and they're switched. They're both in each other's bodies, and it's pretty funny. I mean, you got a lot of dirty comedy, a lot of dirty jokes in it. I found it really funny. I some of this newer comedies, I really don't find it funny. I'm more of a like not dirt, like there are dirty jokes in this, like Ted. Ted was funny, but just because it's a dirty joke doesn't make it a funny joke. But this movie is, I think, really funny. I say check that out. And the last one, this is more on the family view kind of deal, like a kids feel good story kind of deal. Maybe not for kids, but it's a feel good story. And this is another one that I recently picked up, and that's We Bought a Zoo with Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson. Matt Damon's wife dies in the beginning of the movie. You find out she dies, and it's pretty much him and his two kids, and the son's acting out and such, and he ends up getting expelled from school. So to change everything up, Matt Damon decides to take his family and move to somewhere new. So he's going around, and they're checking out all these different houses, and they finally get to one that him and the daughter likes. And the guy, the realtor, he's sitting there and he's like, you might not want this house, you might want to keep on going. And you find out that it's actually a zoo. On the property, there's a zoo. So there's so much to go by. But he ends up sticking with it and buying it. And pretty much the whole movie is him trying to get this thing set up, because in a few months they got an inspection, and they got to pass this inspection to open the zoo and have it open for the season. So pretty much it's him and all Scarlett Johansson being the the head zookeeper kind of deal, and it's just them trying to get this thing set up. I find it very uplifting, I guess you want to call it. I think it's a very good movie. I really didn't hear too much about it beforehand. I remember seeing trailers for it, and another one that I bought for cheap. I wasn't expecting that much, but I've already watched this movie about like 3 or 4 times. So I say that's another one. So like I said, depending on your mood, those you got scary movies that I gave, couple comedies, and this one being more of a uplifting kind of movie. So I think I'm gonna start doing this every Wednesday, just because sometimes, like I said, people at the end of the week, they sometimes just want to chill. They don't want to go out. They don't want to do whatever, and then they have that. Well, what am I gonna do? Watch a movie? Which one am I gonna watch? So I don't know if I don't own Netflix. I don't have Netflix, so I don't know if any of these are on Netflix. I mean, or the next best thing is Redbox, where you can get a movie for $1 a night. So I'm sure that these are somewhere on Netflix or whatever. So hopefully you like that. Hopefully my recommendations help you. If you want to just watch a movie at the end of the week, hopefully it helped you out. I'm gonna try to do this every Wednesday, just because Wednesdays right in the middle of the week. So if you like what I do, subscribe, like this stuff, tell your friends about me. Hopefully we can get this bigger, and you guys can give me feedback of what you want to watch or whatever. And I'll be back with more videos soon. I'm going to be doing probably I am going to be doing a whole overview of my whole Blu-ray collection, because I see a lot of people do that. And it's been since the beginning, since I first started, I think 3 or 4 years ago. I did a overview of my whole collection. It's grown, my whole setup changed, so I got to do another one of those, and probably go through a whole bunch of movies that I have. So I got a whole bunch of ideas coming, so I'll be doing a lot more videos, and hopefully you like them. So I'll see you.